welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
Well, the quiet quitter has quit again. James Harden overnight at 3 a.m. as on brand as it gets. I can only imagine his phone was vibrating as well as some other stuff as he found out he was traded to the Clippers and the club. That's the only thing that I can think happened last night. Harden goes to the Clippers. We're going to dive into that. And honestly, this is like a throwback. We haven't done this in a while. We will just, I don't know what we're going to give away, but in honor of James Harden getting moved, all you're going to do, like the stream, subscribe, hashtag hard on. All right. Because that is, what a throwback. We have a lot to talk about this morning. Do we have to talk about my jury duty? Yeah, probably. Do we have to talk about Harden being traded? Yes, we had a ton of basketball last night. A lot of exciting stuff. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Who's in the saddle this morning? I see Sneeps is up in here. JJL. Good evening. Oh, it's good morning. Yeah, good evening, right? It's late where you are. We got We the People, RIP the Process. Yeah, we're going to talk about Philly. Neil Diamond Hands in the chat. I know, dude. It is tough scene for them. We got Hugo in here, Common Man. Common Man, you had a big, spicy underdog. And that had to have hit, right? Because AD went ham in that late game last night. Did you hit that big 5-leg parlay that was all spice? Keepers here. Boston base. Yes, happy Halloween to everybody. That is right. Leon's here. Jared, yeah, we'll talk about this. I don't know what it is. I like that you thought that maybe I did. Borland's here. What's up, boy, you dad up in here? Drunkle, let's go. Snoop Loop, knock joke day. Okay, that's good. The captain's here. Who else did I miss? I'm not sure if I missed other people because we're doing the giveaway. Yeah, maxi season, all season, baby. I know. It's too early for me to be taking as many best ball victory laps as I've been taking, but here we are. All right, let's get. Oh, one steal short. Damn. All right, but you still paid 4 or 5. There you go. Congrats. Let's get into it. So, I'll full disclosure. I woke up this morning at 7:15. I had a very long day yesterday. I'm not trying to make you feel bad for me. I'm just letting you know where my head was at. I had a very long day, and I was like, you know what? I normally get up at 7 to grind. We grind early and often here in this house. So I was like, let's get to work. But I was tired. So I was like, well, if I push my alarm back a half hour to get another little snooze in, and then I'll be ready to go for the day. Let me just go reset my phone. My alarm. And then by the time I did that, I saw Harden got traded, and we went from 6 to midnight, baby. We had to get up and make some content. It just got me ready for the day. So let's get into the trade. According to our friend Shams over at The Athletic, here's what the Clippers got rid of a bunch of contracts that they didn't want anymore. Marcus Morris, Rocco, Robert Covington, Nicholas Batum, and then a 2026 and a 2028 first rounder, 2 second rounders, and a pick swap to the 76ers, all for James, hashtag Hardon, and PJ Tucker. Now, one of the interesting things about the trade, as Jared pointed out, the 2026 Clippers first round pick is via Oklahoma City, which means by law, OKC is still involved in every single trade that happens. So they will be getting something back in return. My guess is more assets, right? More trade picks, draft picks. That's usually how they roll. But I got to think that's going to be pretty good value. So let's, the first round pick one more time is the 2026. Now we are in the year 2023 of our Lord. And let me introduce you to the 4 of the starting 5 for the Los Angeles Clippers. Coming in at 180 or 275 pounds, James Harden. We also have the 42-year-old Russell Westbrook. Then we have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. So in 2026, I'm not sure how much these boys will be playing. Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot KJ Martin, too, was also included. I don't know. That wasn't in the Shams tweet I was reading. Oh, my goodness. Yes, KJ Martin as well. KJ Martin, I actually like that as a play. But anyway, so the 2026 first-round pick from the Clippers, that is going to be kind of spicy, right? Because the Clips are trying to win in the next 2 to 3 years. And then, they're going to be building, we're going to be breaking that team down. So that has to be a spicy trade or a spicy asset. And if the Thunder were able to give the approval, because this pick is going back to the SGA deal way back when, imagine they're still giving up more for SGA, future MVP. So it is going to be, that whatever asset the Thunder get back is going to be fun. We'll wait to see who somebody smart report on that. We'll talk about it more. Let's just talk about the Clippers fit first, okay? Let's talk about the Clippers fit. It's weird because yes, when you read off those names one more time, KJ Martin, KJ Martin, Marcus Morris, who remember unfollowed everybody on Instagram. We have Robert Covington, who like didn't play at all last year, then is playing a little bit. And then who's the fourth one? Nicholas Batum, who was like, their seventh guy maybe. And then you get back James Harden and PJ Tucker, and now, I mean, that gives you a lot of talent. And I know, guys, James Harden is a pain in the ass. I don't like rooting for him. I get all the things, right? He did lead the league in assists last year. He is he's solid. He's going to be a great addition for them. The one concern I have is, right, first of all, Clippers look awesome this year. Kawhi has looked great. Paul George has looked great. But, eat some more crows to carry. And Russ has looked awesome. But neither Russ or James Harden play off the ball ever, right? That's not their skill set. We've come to accept it. All right. Russ is a menace with the ball in his hand. He tries harder than everybody else. He's just a menace. It's the best way to describe it. James Harden, we've seen him try to play off ball before. Not very good at it. Not his skill set. So I'm fascinated to watch like how their squad, how those rotations shake out. I still do think this is an upgrade for the Clippers. I think this is like one last gasp. This is like the Expendables right now, where they're just going to go, oh, we got one more job to do. You get Danny Glover being like, I'm too old for this shit, right? It's like that's the type of energy that the Clippers are giving off right now. This is their last hoorah. And of course, the Clippers want to be good heading into their new arena next season. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Andre's already with the FUD on it, and I get it. He says all will play like 4 games together. Yeah, I know. I'm treating this as a new season, though, and I want everybody to stay healthy. So Anthony Davis is going to play all the games. Everybody's going to play all the games. So I'm hoping it. I don't know. I'm hoping they're able to figure it out because I've been enjoying this Russ renaissance right now. Yeah, and we the people putting this in the chat. So if we talk about Terrence Mann was going to start. I don't know if they now throw PJ Tucker in that as their 5th starter. I'm not sure how they're going to approach it, or if they just go no, probably not. So I'm assuming their bench now looks like Mann. We get that man hands, right? So Terrence Mann's coming off the bench. Probably PJ Tucker's coming off the bench because you assume Harden is the one who's starting over him. So, and then you have Bones as well. So that gives them 8, right? That does give them 8 dudes. That they can roll out there. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anyone else off the bench. So I don't know. I mean, on paper, this team looks formidable. I'm still not going to put them in the Denver Nuggets range, but from what we've seen so far, I mean, that's solid. That's like a good haul. Oh yeah, Norman Powell. I forgot Norman Powell too. So they got 9 dudes. Clippers are legit. Right now. I mean, and they could still make one more move, I guess, if they wanted to with some of those guys. But I think they'd go to war with that squad. So I think this is good. This is good for the Clippers. I mean, it is pretty nuts that James Harden can just kind of be like this and get what he wants. I don't know if there's some sort of millennial type energy where it's just like, I don't want to be on this team anymore. I don't like this man. I will only go to one team. And then he goes to one team, and for diminishing returns, I mean, I guess the picks, if we switch over to the Philly side, like one more time. So they're going to get Rocco, Morris, KJ Martin, Batum. All of those guys are gone, right? So I think if we really want to zoom out here on the Sixers, both immediate future, as in like this season, and then also looking to next season, they've got all the cap space in the world now. I don't know what superstar is about to hit free agency that they're like, Sixers, we're back up, right? I don't think that there's any of those players that exist. I'm more fascinated to see like if they try to flip some of this stuff right now, because we do have some people that are a little bit frustrated with their current role or situation, or teams that have to kind of make a move here. And so you think about Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan for the Chicago Bulls, Karl Anthony Towns, which we're going to talk about a little bit later too, or Pascal Siakam from the Raptors. Like, is there another move being made here? Because I'm telling you this right now, and I mean, this isn't first reported here by Team Holden, Mike Zakarian. Everybody's been already talking about this, but we trust the process. My ass. It seems like the clock is now on for Joel Embiid. Whether it's the Knicks out there floating some stuff, whether it's Jimmy Butler, Heat culture trying to recruit Joel Embiid to play down there. The Embiid stuff is going to be. It's on the clock now. And so now the pressure is on Morey to have to like make one more move. Now the Sixers Sixers have looked pretty solid to start the year, right? They hung with the Bucks until the end there, and that their opening night game last Thursday. Maxey has, I mean, listen, let's victory lap our Tyrese Maxey best ball share, shall we? 29%. Let's go get it. But Maxey has been just he's in all-star form already. Melton's looked solid for them, and Embiid. I mean, we saw Embiid. There's like, oh, he's sitting his home opener, and then he dropped like 84 fantasy points that game over the weekend. So. I don't know. Maybe we don't panic yet. Je panique pas. Wait, what's that? That's no. What's the French? I don't know. I'm thinking about that Coldplay song. Yeah, Kelly Oubre also cooking. Although I'm not out here trusting Kelly Oubs. Okay, that's not my bag. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be interested to watch Philly play. I'll say Philly's been more fun to watch. I don't know if there's any Sixers fans in the chat right now, but I mean, it's fun watching Maxey just zip up and down the court. It seems like, and I think the only Sixers game I really watched start to finish was that game against the Bucks, and Maxey could do whatever he wanted. And I don't know, that might be more indicative of like the backcourt defensive capabilities of the Milwaukee Bucks, where you're throwing Malik Beasley and Dame Lillard, and Maxey's like, see ya, and just goes by him. But yeah, it was fun. Andre in the chat said, want to take a moment to say F the regular season. Butler sold my parlay, only leg I got wrong. Yeah. Jimmy didn't have a great game last night. Maxey has been a terror. Yeah, Tesla. I agree. I mean, he really has. He's been really fun and just dominating, doing a little bit of everything. And it's funny, like in the other game that I caught a little bit too, he seems like he gets off to a slow start, and then all of a sudden you look up and he's got 22 points in the third quarter. So I'm glad this is finally done, to put a button on this trade. I'm glad Harden's finally gone. I'll be watching the Clippers. You know, I'm excited to see. I hope this doesn't affect Russ. Again, I've enjoyed the Russell renaissance. I want the ball in his hands while he's out there. I like having him be fun like this. And I hope the addition of James Harden is not a subtraction for Russ. Yeah, sorry, Borland, about your Kirk Cousins stuff. Woj dropping some further details. All right, let me see. If I got any more Woj bombs. Let's see if there was any addition, because I would like to get that OKC information. Further trade details. The Clippers are sending a 2027. All right, here's your OKC. A 2027 first-round pick swap to Oklahoma City, clearing the way for OKC to move that protected 2026 first-round pick to the Sixers. The Clippers are sending a 2024 and a 2029 second-round pick to the Sixers as well. So OKC is now getting back a 2027 first-round pick swap, which again is that's solid. That is solid for OKC, right? Because that means they are we're talking about the Clippers 4 years from now. If anything, that's probably a better deal than the 2026 one. So I think they have to feel good about it. They have to feel good. I mean, OKC just is involved in every, OKC is polygamy. That's what they are out there just getting wet with every single team in the league. They're like, we're open for business at all times. Unreal. Tessa says, no way Bahama will have a new arena with a crap team. Those late Clippers picks won't be. No, I disagree, man. I think they're going to try. They're going to be good for the next 2 to 3 years. That's all they're trying to figure out. They got to be good this year. They got to be good their first year and second year, probably in the new arena. But you look at that squad. How do they be good 4 or 5 years from now? Because I'm telling you, it's not going to be Kawhi. Paul George probably has like 4 years left in his prime, 5 years left in his prime. Harden and Russ, dunzo, right? So that, I mean, they are tied up. I don't know how they make any moves. Magnuson, I don't know. Unprotected first in 2026 seems better. Probably felt bad about the SGA trade. Oh, you think this was a vibes thing that they felt? They're like, dude, listen, this is bad karma. We can't be screwing over every team. We feel bad how bad we fleeced you for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Yeah, I mean, okay, unprotected is obviously better than a pick swap, but actually, no, I don't. Why is that better? I mean, OKC is going to be better than the Clippers in a few years. I mean, I guess you could say if a catastrophe hits OKC, then yeah. But I think 10 out of 10 times you're still getting that first round, whatever their first round pick is, you're getting, right? So I don't know if it changes it too much. And I feel like a year later is actually better than the 20. Like, I want this pushed back as far as possible. And it's a trade asset now too, right? Like you still have it, but you can, like, if you decide, and we'll talk about the Thunder. They're 3-1 right now to start the season. SGA looks like a superstar. Chet Holmgren's just blocking like 5 things in like a game. I don't know. I feel like you can still make that move. Leon's saying, PG is older than Kawhi. Oh, I do, but I've also seen their bodies. You know what I'm saying? So yes, Paul George might be age older than Kawhi, but you tell me who you think is going to be playing a little bit longer. So we'll see. I don't know. That's God. What a fun start to the morning, huh? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Listen, if you're just joining, we're going to give away a little something in honor of the James Harden deal. So like the stream, subscribe, hashtag hard on, throw that into the chat. Appreciate everyone being here this morning. We'll go back. I'm sure we'll talk about this trade a little bit more towards the end of the show. We should talk a little bit about last night's NBA action. We had a lot of games going on last night. And then I created a little fun segment, 3 up and 3 down. Huh? Look at us creating segments. Let's see. Also, did we surpass 10,600 subs when I checked before we went live this morning? Oh yeah, 10,601. We are cooking. Appreciate everyone being here this morning. Let's go. Let's talk about last night's NBA action, and we'll get into it. So we had a ton of games. We're gonna start with Jordan Poole just being bad. Jordan Poole being bad. I'm sure everybody's seen the clip already. It was early in the first half. It looks like the Wizards are a little bit on a break. It was like a 2-on-2 break. He gets down low. He sees Porzingis is there. He's like, all right, let's just be cash. Let's bring this thing back. Puts it behind his back. Oh, little step back 3. And it was just so there was no thought behind it. And Porzingis just came in and swatted that stuff away. Jaylen Brown, I believe, hit 7 threes. 7 threes in the first half. Veronica, you're absolutely right. I do. Maybe a little music. And then we got to pay you. So yes, you're right. We do need to do that. Wait, what was it? Oh yeah, 7 threes. Brown finished with 36 and 6. He played 31 minutes, I believe. Tatum had 33 and 6 in 28 minutes. I mean, it seemed like they were going to shoot 69% from the field. I mean, they got every shot they wanted early. Like Porzingis was down low. They started Kuzma at the 5. They had no Daniel Gafford, which I was watching a little bit of the Wizards broadcast too, and they were talking about how yeah, I mean, this is, if Daniel Gafford was here, man, I think this would be a lot closer game. They scored, I believe it was like 70-something points in the first half. I mean, they were going crazy. So good dub for the Celtics, bad dub for the Wiz. The outlook on the Wizards is rough, and the Celtics look great. I mean, it's early. You can't overreact too much, except that's exactly what we're going to do. The Celtics are going to go 82-0. They look great. They look really, really good. They're fun to watch. They zip the ball around while still playing solid defense. I mean, you're watching Derek White and Drew Holiday just lock down guards. I mean, incredible stuff. Anyways, that's it. That's all I'm going to talk. I don't want to get too excited about it, but they look awesome. Next game on the docket, the Nets beat the Hornets 133-121. Dude, Cam Thomas is awesome. Cam Thomas is great. I believe this is his 3rd game with 30-plus points. He's now in the starting lineup. Jacques Vaughn is finally like, listen, I saw you score as many points as you did right off the bench in the first game. I won't do this to you anymore. You're in the starting lineup. So he finished with 33. Ben Simmons, again, his little Draymond Light action, had 11 points, 10 boards, and 8 dimes. And then Mikal Bridges, 24, 7, and 4, and Dorian Finney-Smith. Just pretty good, man. Denver Dog said, feeling good about my Jordan Poole top scorer NBA bet. Yikes. On the Hornets side of things, so LaMelo Ball was like in massive foul trouble too. That was kind of tough. So he just didn't play at all. You came in first place, keeper? Congrats, man. LaMelo Ball picked up like 4 fouls in the first 6 seconds he was in the game. It was real frustrating. Brandon Miller, though, listen, maybe it's time for me to shove it, because I gave the Hornets a lot of gush because I thought Scoot was the clear guy, and I know we're overreacting a couple games in, but man, Brandon Miller, 22 and 9 off the bench, continues to be like a solid 6-man for that squad. He looks great. Mark Williams, my friend and yours, had 18 and 7. Leon says another letdown. It was a weird flow of the game for Mark. He scored like the first 10 points of the game for the they just didn't use him down the stretch. It was a lot of JT Thor last night for the Charlotte Hornets, which is something we got to keep track of, it looks like, but 18 and 7, whatever. And then Scary Terry, Happy Halloween, had 23 and 9. First win of the season for the Brooklyn Nets, and then another L for Charlotte. So there you go. Bulls and Pacers. Everybody, we're dunking on the Bulls because we make fun of them. We're like, oh, you guys had a team meeting already. What's wrong with you? The vibes are terrible. And they've gone out, and since the meeting, they've been winning games. So they beat the Pacers 112-105. We saw Zach LaVine drop 50 the other day with no assists, which was incredible. Last night it was Vucci Main's night. Nikola Vucevic, 24-17. LaVine dropped 23-5. DeMar DeRozan, 20-4. Miles Turner had a nice double-double of 20-11. And then, listen, if you bet on Halliburton to lead the league in assists, just you count your money already. Go buy something. He dropped 19-13. Benedict Mathurin continues to have a pretty good sophomore season at 15-4. Nothing crazy, but it was still spicy. And then Hawks and Wolves. So Wolves were up, I forget what the number was, 18, 13, 16, something like that. Wolves were up big. And then in the second half, just got absolutely smoked. I believe they only scored like 30-something points in the second half. I think DeJounte Murray might have outscored them in the second. It was not great. Karl-Anthony Towns, 16-10. This is his third game. He's yet to hit 20 points yet this season. Ant-Man has been awesome. As advertised, 31-7-5. DeJounte Murray was unguardable last night. I mean, they had to double team him in the second half. He was just incredible. 41-7-5. And then Trae Young, 24-8, and then 1 for 7 from 3. Like weird thing. Veronica saying biggest loser of the night was Bally Sports. Nationwide app was down, so nobody could watch the local games. Yeah, I saw some people tweeting about that. That's brutal. That is brutal. Can't have that. Not in this economy. I also want to shout out, is it Jared Greenberg from Turner Sports? Last night, I was watching on the NBA app, but I don't think it was on TV. I think it was just on the NBA app, or you could find it on like League Pass and stuff like that. They were doing the whip around, whatever the show they call it. Basically red zone for basketball, and it was excellent. Really fun stuff. So we dug that. So shout out Greenberg. You guys should check that out if you haven't seen it. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, people are saying hashtag free. Dude, Cam Thomas has been freed, babies. He's been freed. He's been awesome. So that's a really tough loss for the Wolves. We're going to talk more about them later. But again, DeJounte, like sometimes DeJounte's 41-7-5. What are you going to do? Portland Trail Blazers. Let's go, baby. We got a W up in Portland. How about that? A dub for the Blazers. Raptors down bad. Jeremy Grant had 22-6. DeAndre Ayton, who everybody was like, dude, you should probably play him in your rare contender and so rare. And I was like, nah, dude, I don't trust Ayton. So Ayton only had 10 points. But shout out our friends over at No Dunks and Trey Kirby, because there was some beef eaten. He had some big beef with 23 boards. Scoot had 11-7-5. Brogdon continues to cook off the bench, 21-5. And then, listen, let's do glass half full for the Blazers. Point Barnes seems to be working. 12 dimes last night, finished with 20-12. Siakam at 26. But Barnes looks legit. They just need some shooting. They need Jakob Poeltl to step up a little bit. I think they're asking Siakam to do a lot. So I don't know. I know Tesla's in the chat. He's a big Raptors fan. I know we get some other Raps fan. I don't know how you guys are feeling. I mean, again, we're still so early. We're in the first inning of the NBA season. We are hashtag early. I know it's early, but I mean, Portland's gonna lose most of their games, and I feel like that's one you want to win. Yeah, he said absolutely embarrassed by the Raps. They literally can't get over 100 points. Blazers got blown out. Blazers got blown out the night before too. Yeah, I mean the Blazers have looked bad every single game, so to lose that one is pretty tough. But I don't know. Again, the glass half full. Scotty Barnes looks great. I'm excited about Barnes, but got to figure out some shooting, and you need Jakob Poeltl to step up a little bit. Let's keep going. You want to talk about down bad? The Memphis Grizzlies. Double-double for Poeltl said last night. Common Man said last night. I know. But like overall, he's been whatever. Let me take it back. Memphis Grizzlies are now over. They still have yet to log a W. They lost 125-110. And listen, I'm about to say that Kyrie was out. So like, is that a worse loss for Memphis because there was no Kyrie? But we've already gone over how many Grizzlies have missed games already. Derrick Jones Jr., 22-4 last night. Anytime Derrick Jones drops 20, that's a good sign for your team. It's a bad sign if you're the other team. 22 points for Derrick Jones Jr. There we go. Luka Magic. Let's do it. Is this our first drop of the day? Let's get a little Luka Magic because the triple-double machine was back in action last night. Luka Magic. We go. A little Luka Magic. Haven't done that. There we go. So 35, 12, and 12. I believe that's his second triple-double of the season. He's been awesome. Also, you know what? Let's give Batman a little love. Let's give Grant Williams a little love. He's been playing really well in his new role for the Dallas Mavericks. Joe Mazzulla, I hope you're watching, Joe. He had 15, 3 and 2. But again, he's just stretching the floor, playing solid defense. With no Kyrie, Timmy Hardaway Jr. was cooking. He had, what was it, 20? I lost my place. 21 and 5 off the bench. And then when we slide over to Memphis, I think this is what, yeah, I'm going to make them both, Grant Williams. I think what's tough for Memphis here is like what we've seen in some of their losses so far. It's like, can't just be Desmond Bane, need other guys to step up. The other guys stepped up and they still, it like wasn't even that close. You know, I know it was only a 15-point deficit. It was like, you know, in that 8 to 10 range, but it felt like Mavs were in control the entire game. But Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane combined for 60 points. They both dropped 30. Triple J had 39 and 4. Bane had 36 and 3. And then Marcus Smart had a great game too, 23, 9 and 5. And then also had like 4 steals, I believe. And so the fact that you had all of those guys performing at a high level and then it was still an L, it makes me nervous for what the next couple of weeks are going to look like. Because as Rick Pitino once said, Steven Adams is not walking through that door. All right. So Steven Adams, which we've also learned from our friends over in Canada, over in across the border. Shout out TST. Steven Adams is coaching the University of Ottawa right now, out there drawing up plays. There we go, Aquaman. But you know, you're not going to have Steven Adams, so now you're just sitting here waiting for Ja to come back, and we're going to be 25 games into the season. We'll look at their upcoming schedule a little bit later, but like these wins are going to be hard to come by, and with how talented and competitive the West is going to be, I mean, it might be over before it started. And I brought this up on the opening day show. And I know it's like, as Keith Parrish said, this is podcast brain that has deteriorated myself. But they could, I think they just, you know, drop a stick of dynamite and do what the Warriors did that year that Steph got hurt, right? It's just like a fast rebuild. You know, Ja's coming back in a couple of weeks. You'll have Ja ready to go next year. Steven Adams will be back next year. Brandon Clark will be healthy. Just tank this shit. Go get like a lottery pick. You know, and then you're right back. It's not like this is a full rebuild. It's just like a cocaine rebuild, right? It's just a big sniff, and then you're back at it next year. Because I don't see a path forward for them. I think that whole idea of the Grizzlies can win without Ja. I mean, they were past the point of no return. There's a battle of attrition, and they are losing. And so I don't know. Maybe it's an overreaction. We're only 4 games in, but again, with how tight the West is going to be, you can't start the year 2-12. You just can't. It's going to be too much to overcome. It's going to be too much to overcome. Carl in the chat saying anything worse than your MVP sitting out the fourth quarter from playing too well. Yeah, that's the entire Boston Celtics last night. Anyways, I know we talked more about Memphis than Dallas, but Dallas is off to a fun start. He's looked great. Luka's just been great, man. Luka's been awesome. All right, let's go to Heat Culture dropping an L to the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know why I wanted to say Cucks there. The Milwaukee Bucks. Tyler Hero. Well, let's do another drop, baby. 2 drops in like a minute there. Tyler Hero. Hero at 35 and 8 last night. Jimmy Butler, where were you, girl? 13 and 4. No Bam last night. No Bam Adebayo. He was a late rule out, which really sucked for my underdog lineups because he was my highest owned guy. Yeah, Veronica. We gotta yell at Bally Sports. It's unacceptable. Diomedes said Sixers will have a very good bench piece now. Who is the bench piece? Did you guys see the Korkmaz stuff too? I didn't talk about that this morning, but Korkmaz was like still pissed he wasn't included in the trade deal. I love Fork, man. Dude, he's great. Korkmaz just desperately trying to get out of Philly. Yeah, I got to know who the good bench piece. All those bench pieces are on their way out. Maybe KJ Martin are we talking about KJ? Rest of those guys, though, no thank you. All right, anyways, back to that game. Giannis had 33 and 7, Dame 25 and 5, and then Portis 16 and 8 off the bench. Milwaukee got out to a big lead in this one, and then in true Heat culture fashion, Miami just kept grinding, grind back, made it a game. It looked like Giannis and Dame were done for the night. And then all of a sudden, you're like, come on, got to come back and put this one away. So good win for Milwaukee. They continue to look solid. I know they dropped one over the weekend. It was I was that to Atlanta. It was a weird game. But good win for Milwaukee. Sorry, Miami, but whatever. You don't care. Miami doesn't care until until April, Golden State and the Pelicans. I was very excited to watch this game last night. It was like Zion and Steph. All right. We had a couple of blowouts early on. So I'm like, let me just pivot to this game. I don't need to watch the Celtics anymore. And Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry's real good. There was no Ingram. All right. Okay. Hold on, guys. Philly. Oh, Philly fans, man. The hopium of Philly fans right now, we're talking ourselves into Robert Covington. Ty Lue had talked himself out of Robert Covington, okay? Robert Covington barely played last season. Like the whole season, he barely played. And I think we're still talking about Robert Covington like this was 2016. Like, at best, he's a solid team defender. He's not an individual defender. He's like a team defender. So he's not going to like D up their best guy. I think, guys, the Rocco ship has passed. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's gone, dude. It's gone. I'm a Clipper. Okay, well, Chops, that's fine. That's fine if you're a Clipper fan. Maybe you're trying to make Philly fans feel better then. Maybe you feel bad that they are now going to get the Rocco experience. All right. Anyways, no Ingram last night for the Pellies. And Zion, I was excited. I was like, oh, we're going to get a big Zion game, and we didn't. 19-5. Shout out Draymond Green. If anybody wants to talk about Draymond being Defensive Player of the Year and just like lock and load that take in right now, it was how he defended Zion last night, because Zion has had no problem getting to his spot. Everybody knows what he's going to do. He's going to barrel in, go up with his left every single time. And even though people know it, they can't stop it. And Draymond found a way to like slow him down. And Zion still did some stuff where you're like, man, how are you going to defend this guy? And anyway, so he 19-5, really good job by him. CJ had 19-6. There was no Clay, no Kuminga on the Warriors side of things. No problem, because Steph Curry went on fuego in the third quarter. This was a close game at halftime. In the third quarter, the Warriors blew this shit open. It was like a 30-point lead after that. Steph went for 42, 5-5, 7 for 13 from 3, and was just, I mean, Steph is on one. Steph is on one, and the Warriors, that Warriors magic feels a little nice. Start to the season there. Tesla saying crazy basketball IQ between Steph, Dre, CP3, and Clay as a team, probably best in the league. Yeah, I mean, listen, the thing with the Golden State is going to be health, right? And I mean, that's the case for almost every single team right now. But man, I'm hyped for regular season Warriors. I feel like they are going to position them. I said they were going to finish third in the West at the beginning of the season, and I know that was maybe a little too spicy for some of y'all, but I really do like what we're seeing here, and I feel like Steph is going to, if that is true, my two favorite like dark horse MVPs right now are Steph and Anthony Davis. Good win for Golden State. OKC Pistons 124-112. Let's give some Detroit hopium early on, okay?
Detroit basketball.
So yes, it was a loss, but I got to tell, Oscar Thompson looks pretty good. 15-10. He's just got like a couple highlights every single game. He looks fun. I watched a little bit of the third and fourth quarter of this one. Cade had 17-5. Jaden Ivey cooked a little bit when the game was over. He had 20 off the bench. But I just think, man, OKC can beat you so many different ways. I think they can lock down your best guy. They've got dudes that they've got Case and Wallace, who we've now seen be a solid backcourt defender. And then Cade got put in the torture chamber. All right. Hold on. I almost did something bad. The torture chamber. This is the hottest take. Detroit will be better than the Thunder in the next few years. So you're saying in 3 years, that's my hot take, especially once SGA dips. We think SGA's dipping? SGA 32-9. Josh Giddey 21-7. Chet went 14-4, and that's not too exciting. He put himself in foul trouble pretty early on. But man, Chet looks awesome. Another 4 blocks. He had 7 over the weekend. He's just racking up the blocks. And again, this was the thesis back in June when we said Chet was going to win Rookie of the Year. But this is why. This is why he has a chance at winning Rookie of the Year, even though Wembanyama is probably going to be the better player, both like this season and in the future. It's just because Chet's going to be doing it on a team that's going to win 46 to 50 games. And Wemby's not going to be playing fourth quarters because the Spurs are going to be down 45. And we saw like that happen in the Clippers game and over the weekend. And man, it was pretty good. People said SGA was priced like Luka yesterday in the daily fantasy sports. Yeah, and I mean he's keeping pace right now. Luka obviously with the massive 30-point triple double. I mean SGA 32-9. It was also great to see Josh Giddey have a game. I know he's off to a slow start, 21-7. But OKC 3-1 to start the year. Their only loss was over the weekend against the defending champs, the Denver Nuggets, who just continue to win, just continue to get W's. Denver looks good. Lakers, this was the last game of the night. The Lakers 106, Magic 103. This was a fun game. Suggs missed a shot at the end there to make it a little bit spicier. Paolo at 9-5-5. I almost included Paolo in our next segment. I'm actually going to pull it up right now on my computer. I'm not going to share a screen, but I feel like every time I've checked in on the Magic, they've been playing well and hanging in games, but Paolo has not looked great. So to start the season, he's shooting 37% from the field, 16% from three, and 55% from the free throw line. And he's averaging 11 points, 5 boards, and 4 dimes. So last year, he averaged just under 20 points a game, almost 7 boards a game, and a little under 4 assists. So his assists are just about the same. But I mean, an 8-point dip 3 games into the season, and even a rebound dip too. It's a little weird. Now, maybe my man's tired, right? He played more his rookie season than he did in college. And then he went and played for Team USA, played small ball 5, was used to playing with I had a different role with that squad. And maybe switching back to the alpha role is a little bit harder, right? For him right now. And again, it's 3 games in. So yes, we're overreacting a little bit, but it's something I'm monitoring because the Paolo stuff is, it's a little concerning, And honestly, Franz hasn't been like incredible either, but he's at least looked more himself than what we've seen so far from Paolo Banchero. Let me get back to that. So Franz himself at 16-8, Suggs 15-8. LeBron 19-4. I think he only played just around 30 minutes last night. I know he played a ton the night before, but look at LeBron and Anthony Davis playing both games of a back-to-back. Wow. D'Lo 28-8, and then Anthony Davis 1 board shy of the big beef that we referenced from No Dunks earlier. 26 points, 19 boards, 5 dimes. Also, yeah, I will say we the people. Yeah, Cole Anthony has looked okay to start. He has looked pretty good. One of those guys has to get moved though. Cole, Suggs, one of them's going to get moved. But big games from D'Lo and AD gets them the W, 106-103. Good bounce back win for them. I wanted to pull up AD so far to start the year. Is averaging 24 through 4 games, 25 points, 14 boards, and 3 dimes, shooting 52% from the field and 42% from the 3-point line. Also, actually, I want to look up one more thing too, because I wanted to see. Oh, here we go. Yes, he's averaging 2 blocks per game to start this season and just over a steal a game too. Anthony Davis looks pretty good. And Tesla with a good point here too. Seems like a lot of the Team USA, the FIBA bros have been off to a slow start. So yeah, Austin Reeves has been rough early on. I don't know if he's just having trouble finding his role, but that's a good point. He's seriously, yeah, that's true, George. No Bull on the Magic, so maybe that's been the problem so far. Maybe it's been Bull.
Bull.
His first name is Bull and his last name is Bull?
No, yeah.
Legs!
Long legs.
Oh my God! I bet his legs are taller than my whole body. I'm leaving you for Bull. Like,
Shout out Greg and Aubrey. Look, they're parents now. Can you believe it? Top Shot comment says, who stays undefeated the longest? Celtics, Denver, or the Mavs? Yeah, I feel like that's going to be schedule dependent. The Celtics and Denver look like world beaters. Dallas, who has Dallas beaten so far? I know they've beaten Memphis. They've beaten San Antonio. I'm forgetting who that other W came from. I know you'll probably know it in the chat. You can let me know. Tesla said the AD conversation is so strange. He's either the best player in the league or a complete bum. Very strange considering he doesn't fan the Flames at all. Yeah, I think people, especially in the fantasy or gambling space, get really frustrated with Anthony Davis because he just doesn't play all the time, right? Because he gets dinged up fairly frequently, right? So I think that's part of the problem. But I bet pretty hard on Anthony Davis heading into this season because I think he's going to have to be the guy if the Lakers are going to be legit. And he looked awesome that second half of the year. He really, really was really good. Oh, Brooklyn was the other win. Yeah, I think I'm going to say Denver. Denver, did I talk about Utah and Denver? I didn't. I skipped that one, huh? So let me do Denver and Utah. Denver took their foot off the gas after being in control, and then they came back and it looked like Utah might steal one. Lauri Markkanen, man, it was not a one-year run for Lauri. Lauri had 27 and 14 last night against Denver. We got another THT drop. Are you kidding me? Talen Horton-Tucker, he went out there, dropped, 16 points and 8 dimes for this. THT, Top Shot. He's on the Lakers. Man, what a moment in time. We do need to update that. We need to get THT over on the Jazz. We need some Jazz highlights. Walker Kessler's been looking great to start the season. He had 22 and 13. And then on the Denver side of things, Aaron Gordon had 21 and 7. Jokic with another, business as usual triple-double, 27, 11, and 10. And then Jamal Murray with 18 points and 14 dimes. Real quick to just give Jamal Murray a little bit of love, because you know how I feel about my man Jamal Murray. He's had a fun start to the season. He famously gets off to slow regular season starts, whether he's coming back from injury or whatever. But so far, averaging 20 and 8 through 4 games with a couple of boards, shooting 50% from 3, 49% from the field, and 87% from the line. So fun start for Jamal as he makes his all-star bid or an all-NBA bid so the man can get paid. Yeah, Tesla was saying that the NBA schedule has been pretty tough. Ton of 4 games in 6 nights. I don't know. I don't know why they're doing it. It's been kind of confusing why they're jamming them in so fast, it feels like, but I'm not sure. All right, we're going to take one quick break. We're going to do a little underdog talk and then underdog ad read, and then we will dive into 3 up and 3 down. Today's NBA bit is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy Sports. Whether you're drafting Luka first overall in best ball or fading Wemby blocks in the pick'ems, Underdog is where you'll find Team Hold. Sign up today at underdogfantasy.com or just click the link in the description to get started. And by signing up using promo code HOLD, HOLD, you will get a 100% deposit bonus match up to $100. That's a free honey. So sign up today using promo code HOLD, HOLD, and get started at underdogfantasy.com. Real quick on that ad read. It's actually for up to $500 right now. You can get a $500 deposit bonus match. Not for much longer though. That's dropping back down to 100, I believe, soon. So if you haven't signed up yet, go ahead and do that. Use promo code HOLD. Get you some extra cash, some cold hard cash. All right, let's do 3 up and 3 down. All right, here we go. 3 up. Let's start with the positivity. I know the haters want to get going early, but we're gonna start with the positivity. All right, Cam Thomas, right? To start the season, he's averaging 33, 4, and 2 on 61% from the field. And that's while shooting poorly from 3. He's just over 30% from 3 and is still shooting 60% from the field. He's getting to the line. He's doing a little bit of everything. So Cam Thomas, number 1 on our 3 up. All right. Number 2, even though he had a little bit of a soft game last night, Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren is shooting 68% from the field, and he's averaging 15 points and 13 boards in his second season. That is 6 more points. So he was averaging 9 points last season, 6 more points already to the start of this season, and 4 more boards from the game. It completely changes the outlook of how I watch the Detroit Pistons anyways. They've become far more enjoyable, but knowing that you now have that core of Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, who seems like he's going to be legit down there, Oscar Thompson, and then whatever you get from Jaden Ivey off the bench. They little sneaky fun team that's not going to be good this year, but in the future, I'm excited about it. So Jalen Duren has also made the 3-up core. And then the last one, we were all ready for it all summer long. We're like, he is him. It is his time. He's about to make a leap, and the Ant-Man has delivered. Anthony Edwards is averaging 25, 7, and 5 through the first handful of games this season. That's 4 more points than last season. That's 4 more points than his career average, 2 more boards, and just about 2 more assists. He's shooting 60% from 3 through the first 3 games of the season. Now, the Wolves have not been awesome so far to start the year, but Ant-Man has shown up. So those are our 3 up. We the people who said, I thought you were going to say JB with his 8 threes last night. I mean, JB was cooking. I have some Celtics fans that I'm on a text thread with that were like, oh my God, is he going to break Clay's record today? And I was like, no, he's not. No, he's not, because they're up 100. All right, 3 down. Now we're going to go to bad vibes. Bad vibes. We've talked about all 3 of these a little bit today. Number 1, the cat man. So we're staying in Minnesota, Karl Anthony Towns. He just has not found his groove yet. Now, he's still rebounding the same amount, but he's averaging 15 and 10 to start the season. He's yet to cross 20 points in a single game. He's 8 points fewer than his career average. The Wolves are 1-2 with losses coming to the Raptors. And then I was going to say the Hawks, but the Hawks might be good now. Hawks might be good, right? They beat the Bucks. Who knows? Maybe the ATL's back. Ice Trey and DeJounte Murray. But Karl Anthony Towns has been in a tough spot so far. And I don't know. Again, he played this summer too, played in FIBA. Maybe they're just finding their footing as Ant becomes more of a guy. But if it's just going to be Ant, this team's going to win 19 games. They need Cat to be his Batman and Robin. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're going to hear more of, we saw the Sixers make this deal, and it's like, well, now what are they going to do next? Are they going to go after somebody like Cat if the Wolves can't get their shit together? Are the Knicks going to continue to leak out stories being like, we're paying attention to what's happening in Minnesota? So Karl Anthony Towns, we need to step it up. And I said this all off season. I have changed my tune. I am now rooting for Karl Anthony Towns. I want a feel-good story. I want Cat to be out there doing his thing. I want Minnesota to be good and to win some regular season games. It's a little bit of a weird start for them. So 1-2, not going to cut it. Cat, you need more points. 15 and 10. You're too good to be 15 and 10. If you are the best shooting big man in the history of the NBA, like you have said multiple times, you need more than 15, buddy. You need it. All right, number 2, Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, man, I think like somebody said in the chat earlier today, they bet on him to be the top scorer. People were like most improved. Maybe he makes an all-star game. He's going to average 35 a game. Here it is. He's averaging 18 points, 3 boards, and 3 dimes on 21% from three-point land. You can't be a pool party if there's no water in the pool, right? There's no, the Splash Bros are gone. You got to be able to hit something. And I know it's different now. You don't have the safety net of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, who are going to require some defensive capabilities, right? You are the guy. They're keying in on you or Denny Avdia or Corey Kispert, right? You are going to get the majority of the attention, and you need to be able to do it. You need to be able to knock down shots, and 21% from 3 is not going to cut it, especially on that team. Jordan Poole bags might be a little bit scary right now. And then last but not least, we already talked about them. The Grizzlies are the only team to be 0-4. Losses to the New Orleans Pelicans, Denver Nuggets, the Washington Wizards, the team we just talked about. They dropped a game to the Wizards, and then the Dallas Mavericks. So that is our 3 down right there. To go down, doesn't he need to be up? Okay, Patrick, that's fair. That is fair, but I think people were pretty hype on Jordan Poole's fantasy outlook at the beginning of the season, and that is not good. Yeah, it's tough scene for those bros. So anyways, to recap, our 3 up, Cam Thomas, Jalen Duren, and the Ant-Man. Our 3 down, Karl Anthony Towns, Jordan Poole, and the Memphis Grizzlies, the whole ass team. Hopefully we're going to do that once a week. I had fun with that. 3 up and 3 down. Look at us creating segments like full adults. Let's remind the people too, as we're coming to the end of the show. Let's like the stream, subscribe, #HardOn. I don't know what I'm going to give away, but I'll give away something. Gotta give away something. Let's go over to, I'll show you where what I've been rocking with my So Rare squad. I'll actually see if they updated the double dribble standings too, because that would be fun to share that. Yes, it was updated. Okay, so first of all, we're going to look at So Rare. We'll do our fantasy corner. The fantasy corner brought to you by So Rare and Underdog. We're going to go take a look at that. No Oscar Thompson love. No, I gave Thompson some love during their segment. I say he looks great, just not the 3 up, 3 down. He does look great. That's why Detroit's going to be fun. I'm about to look at Underdog here in a second. Let's go over we'll look at So Rare first. So this is what my Underdog, whatever. I've only had DeAndre Ayton drop 55. Jesus Christ. DeAndre Ayton dropped 55. That's the only guy that's played for me. These guys aren't going to play, so it doesn't even matter. But 55. Oh, my God. I should have played him, because let's go look at Mark Williams. He dropped 29. He's still got a game left. Zaire Williams with his low cap dropped 21. That was pretty solid. Grant Williams at his cap basically doubled it up with 26. Zion disappointing, but I still got 2 more cracks with Zion. A couple with Eric Gordon, but this isn't going to do anything. This is going to be pretty bad. My pickup, we had Jokic drop 66, Jeremy Grant with 35, Gary Trent was bad, Bruce Brown not great either. So it's going to be slow cooking here. Wait, Ayton had 26 boards. I thought I said 23. That was my bad. Also, everybody go watch No Dunks. Everybody go check out No Dunks. Hi, Skeets. What else we got? Did I miss anything? Wonder who the guy in sixth place. Oh God, are you in sixth place? This is what I'm saying. Other people are gonna have to start hosting the show because I'm just not good. All right, so first here we go. That's BKS Nico with 228. There you go. Let's go look at six. Wait, is there any other names you recognize? No. I love when we see names like this where it's just like ETH only. I get it, but it's funny. Sixth place. There he is. George. All right, Triple J with a 61. Jaylen Brown with 76. And Yuta hasn't even played yet. He's in sixth place without Yuta. You need Jordan Poole to have a game. All right, I'm going to go over here, though. So this is what I'm sorting the top. This says top 100, but it's not. Oh, it is top. I thought they showed top 10,000, top 1,000, though. Anyways, we're going to sort my name. Now, a reminder, before I do this, I did 150 lineups. 150 lineups in this, and let's see how many have made it. My best, this was not updated. 810 is my best lineup. I thought I had a higher one than that. Anyways, these are my teams in the top 11,000. In the 11,000 make the money at the end of the regular season, so that's why they do it. So we get some lineups cooking. I'm going to go over to Underdog just so we can they don't show the scores this way. We're just going to look at my exposure and we can see why we're doing pretty well so far. So Keontae has been fine, but Keontae was more of a oh my God, I'm not sharing the screen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sharing the wrong screen. That's so embarrassing. Let me go. We'll just share the window. We'll share it all to the window. So let's go over here. Let's zoom in a little bit. But yeah, this is what I was showing you guys. So I sort my name into the top 10,000. This is how many lineups. A lot of Mike Zacks up in here. A lot of Mike Zacks cooking with 810 being the highest. I thought I had a score higher than 810, but maybe not. But anyways, Keontae is more of a late season play. I'm not really worried about that. But Tyrese Maxey is like the biggest reason that I think I'm cooking this early. Maxey's been great. Vassell's been solid. Jamal's been great. So that's why we're seeing a lot of love there. And if we go to our bigs, Mark Williams, Wendell Carter Jr., and oh, sorry, my dog was like so loud. And Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has just been awesome, right? We ended up at 20% of him. Yeah, I know. I had the wrong tabs open. I came back. Everybody relax. But yeah, that's why we're looking good over there right now with some of these squads. I wanted to see if I could find. I wanted to find the one that's 810. Let me actually see if this is up to date because I wanted to see what our best one was. What our best one. We can also go over and look at some pick'ems for tonight too. Actually, you guys don't really care how my lineups are doing. Let's go to pick'ems, play pick'em, head to the pick'em con. What's going on here? Oh, because I don't have any yet. We'll go over to pick'ems. Let's see if we can find one. All right. Oh, wait, this is not accurate. What's going on here? That was last night. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, let's see if we can find a pick'em for tonight. Let's see. Let's just do what games do we have? So we have Knicks and Cleveland. Right? What else we got? I'm going to pull up the NBA app just so I can go over the schedule quickly. We have Knicks in Cleveland. We have, come on, Knicks in Cleveland on Halloween. Knicks and Cavs. Oh, only 3 games. I hate when they do this shit. Spurs and Suns, and then the Orlando Magic and the Clippers. So all right, we'll just do a Knicks Cavs one. So we don't know if Donovan Mitchell is playing yet. We already know Garland is out. So we're just going to start with Strus. We're going to look. Oh, they don't even have Strus lines up because they don't know who's playing. Okay. I think we're going to get a Randall game. Let's get over 20.5 points from Julius, huh? I like Julius Randall here. I like that. Let's do Julius for the over. How about 2 threes from RJ? Do you think we can get 2 threes from RJ? How about that one? Actually, you know what we're going to do instead? Mitchell Robinson has been great. We know he's just going to be going up against Mobley. 16 points and 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm just going to take the over on that because I think he can do an easy 10 and 10. I think he can have no problem with that. So they do have lines for Donovan. So maybe Donovan is in. And if he's in and no Darius Garland, we're just going to smash the over. This is going to be a fish bet because we're doing it all. Why do they not have any Max Strus lines? That's weird. Anyways, here we go. So Mitch Robb over 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Mitchell over 30.5 points, and Julius Randle over 20.5. Although, you know what? No, I'll do what Common Man says. Common Man's been on fire lately. He likes the over on the rebounds, over on 9 rebounds. Bang. So what would that be? That's 6x, 5 to win 30. Let's just get that in right now. 5 to win 30. Oh, that's right, because I'm on my computer. It won't let me. That's what we're doing, though. That's going to be our morning NBA bit pick. There we go. We love it. All right, gang. Last call. Like the stream, subscribe, hashtag hard on, and then we're gonna get on. We're gonna get on out of here in a second. We have how many? 34 entrants. It was good to be back. Oh, let me real quick while you guys do that schedule update. So I know I complained at length about this, but your boy was in jury duty yesterday, and it got all the way down. It was actually a pretty weird case that I'm not allowed to talk about, but it got all the way to the point where they're like doing jury selection. They're interviewing you. They're like, "Oh, dude, could you do this? Like, how do you feel about this? Do you have biases? Like, can you be fair and balanced?" Right? They end up not picking me. They don't pick me, and it's the end of the day. I've been there since 9. It's 5:10. The second we walk out, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not on. They're like, you got to come back Wednesday. So I'm like back in the pool. So I have to be back. I'm Jordan Poole. I have to be back there tomorrow. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do the morning show tomorrow. I was thinking about doing it at 7 and like trying to do it early, but I have to be back there at 10 a.m. So I'm just not going to, no NBA bit tomorrow. I'm sorry. The schedule has been spotty because I was traveling on Friday, jury duty on Monday, and now again on Wednesday. So I apologize. If I end up getting selected for something, I'll find out a new schedule so that we can still do a daily thing. Maybe we move it to some nighttime NBA bits. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But tomorrow, Shot Tank will be back at 9. And then I got to connect with our boy George so we can figure out some. Boy George is funny, great musician. Our guy George, so we can talk a little bit about when we're going to do that show. We might have to do it for the beginning of next week. Maybe George, what we can do is dive into the week 1 of the So Rare in-season tournament. Maybe that's what we can do. I'll link up with you tomorrow. But anyways, so no NBA bit tomorrow, but Shot Tank will be back at 9. Hopefully the NBA bit is on Thursday and Friday again with Live Before Lock on Friday. And then starting next week, the 89 Cavs are back on Monday night. Monday night, baby. Tesla said, did you see the clip of Beal shooting jump shots? I'm starting to get Steve Nash type concerns with his back. Yeah, he doesn't look good. He doesn't look good. I'm trying not to overreact about it, but it doesn't look good. All right, we're going to spin this thing. If you win, shoot me a DM. I still got to hit up our man Bobby from last night who won the Live Before Lock giveaway. Congrats to him. And congrats to James Harden. You got what you wanted, sir. Snoopaloop, let's go on Happy National Knock Knock Joke Day. Congrats to Snoopaloop. Appreciate everyone being back here. If you haven't liked and subscribed, do that. Go share this with your friends. And now go watch No Dunks. It's almost 10 o'clock. All right? All right, we're out.